Most people think civil service means government jobs, secure salaries, offices, files, and people sitting behind counters. That's too narrow. The civil service is the permanent administrative workforce of the state. In simple words, civil servants are the people who help run the government, implement policies, manage departments, deliver public services, and keep the state functioning even when politicians change. Ministers come and go. Governments win and lose elections, but the civil service remains there to keep the system running. Think about a government announcing a new education policy. The politician may give the speech, but civil servants have to turn that speech into action. They prepare the plan, manage the budget, coordinate departments, issue instructions, hire staff, monitor schools, collect data, and report progress. The same happens in healthcare, policing, taxation, transport, welfare, disaster management, and local government. Civil servants are not always visible, but they are deeply involved in how government actually works. And sometimes we see the same idea in normal life without realizing it. In a restaurant, the owner may decide the vision, but managers, chefs, cashiers, packers, and supervisors make the operation work every day. In a school, the principal may set direction, but teachers, admin staff, exam officers, and coordinators keep the institution running. In government, politicians set the direction, but civil servants manage the machinery. The purpose of civil service is to create stability, professionalism, and continuity. If every new government replaced the entire administrative system with its own people, the country would become chaotic. Files would disappear, experience would be lost, services would stop, and every department would become political. A professional civil service protects the state from becoming completely dependent on political loyalty. In theory, civil servants are supposed to serve the public interest, follow the law, give honest advice, and implement government decisions fairly. But here's the catch. Civil service can be one of the strongest parts of a country, or one of the biggest reasons for failure. A good civil service is competent, honest, responsive, and disciplined. It helps governments make realistic policies and deliver services properly. A weak civil service becomes slow, arrogant, corrupt, outdated, and resistant to reform. It protects procedures instead of solving problems. It delays decisions. It hides behind rules. It becomes powerful, but not always accountable. This is why civil service reform is so difficult. You cannot run a state without civil servants, but you also cannot allow them to become a closed club that blocks change. If civil servants are selected through merit, trained properly, paid fairly, monitored honestly, and held accountable, they can become the backbone of national development. But if recruitment is political, promotions are based on connections, corruption is tolerated, and performance is ignored, the whole system becomes weak. A major tension in civil service is between political control and administrative neutrality. Politicians are elected, so they have the right to set policy direction. Civil servants are not elected, so they should not secretly control the state. But civil servants also have expertise, institutional memory, and ground-level knowledge. Their job is not to blindly agree with every political idea. Their job is to give honest advice, explain risks, and then implement lawful decisions professionally. So civil service is not just about government employees. It is about state capacity. Can the government collect taxes? Can it deliver healthcare? Can it respond to floods? Can it run schools? Can it control corruption? Can it manage data? Can it implement policy beyond press conferences? The answer depends heavily on the quality of its civil service. At the Learning Studio, we will not study civil service like a boring government job topic. We will understand it as the hidden engine behind the state. Because once you understand civil service, you stop seeing government only as presidents, prime ministers, ministers, and political parties. You start seeing the permanent machinery behind them, the people who can either turn policies into real public service or quietly bury them under files, delays, and weak execution.